So how do you become a film director? Or if you're already into making films, then how do you get better at it? That's exactly what I'm gonna discuss on this video today. So make sure to watch the video till the end. Hello guys, I'm Shubhadeep Mondal. I'm an independent filmmaker and I have made quite a few short films in the past 5 years, most of which I wrote, produced, directed, even shot and edited all by myself. Well, as independent filmmakers, we have to wear different shoes all at the same time due to limited resources, right? In fact, in my previous video, I have already shared a few tips on this exact topic, which you may want to check after watching this video. While making those short films, as a director, obviously I have made a lot of mistakes, as well as learned a few things along the way. So today I would like to share with you a few tips on how you can improve your directing skills. By the way, if you are new here, please consider subscribing by clicking on the big red subscribe button down there and also click on the bell icon next to it to turn on notifications so that you don't miss any update whenever I upload a new video. So getting all that out of the way, let's get started. So what is the job of a film director? By answering that, we'll have a better understanding of what are people's expectations from a good director. You may have heard the phrase that the director is the captain of the ship, and it's absolutely true. Directors should have a vision and his primary job is to guide everyone involved in each and every aspect of the film to a certain objective or an end goal, which will ultimately serve the original vision that the director had at the first place. Failing to do so in any aspect of the whole filmmaking process will end up hurting the film eventually. If the director doesn't have a vision and he doesn't know why he wants to do a certain thing in a certain way, then he will fail miserably at answering the questions his cast and crew members may have, which will not only make him look like an amateur, but also he will lose the credibility to his cast and crew. This is the absolute worst that can happen to a director. Everyone in a film production set looks up to the director and he must have a definite answer to any question anyone may have related to the script. To have that kind of confidence, the director needs to know what and most importantly, why he wants something from a scene and how is he planning to achieve that. Then he just needs to explain that to everyone else. His job is to put the story from the script to the screen. And there may be 1,000 ways to tell a story, but it depends on the director how he decides to do it. Different people interpret a script differently and it would be a mess if everyone involved in the filmmaking process try to put their interpretations of the same script during the making of a film. That's why everyone follows the director's vision and it is the director's responsibility to bring everyone on the same page by properly communicating his ideas with them. They say that you can direct an entire film just by talking to people and without having any other technical skill sets at all. It's because of the director's personal habits, filmmaking choices, experiences in life and their philosophies. Each director has a unique style which develops over time, and we usually tend to find those nuances in a recurring way in all the films they direct. And I think that's a very important thing to have a voice, to have an individuality. That sets us apart. Remember, everyone including the director is there to serve the story, and as a director, it's your job to tell the best version of the story that you and your team possibly can. On that quest, you will have to take a lot of decisions. You will always find difficulties and limitations of resources to achieve a certain shot as you intended, but you need to be able to take quick and firm decisions on set to come up with alternatives so that time and money don't get wasted. That's also an important skill you have to develop of taking good decisions so that you don't waste the producers or even your money. So how do you get better at all this? The first tip I would like to give you is an obvious one, and it is to watch films. A lot of films. Films that you like, films that you don't like. And I'm asking you to watch films not only as an audience, but as a student of filmmaking. You'll learn a lot just by watching films. Watch all the great films ever made and try to analyze and understand what were the decisions taken by the directors that made those films great. I'll also suggest you to watch other people's analysis of those films. Those videos always help. It is so fascinating to watch someone else's interpretations of a film which may completely differ from you and still be valid. It helps you gain a different perspective. You'll find a lot of those videos on YouTube. And by watching a lot of films, you will eventually find your own voice. You will find a pattern on which kind of films do mostly speak to you, and most of the times those are the kinds of film you would want to make. And I don't think getting inspired from the greats is necessarily a bad thing. What you can also do is to make a short film if you haven't already. It doesn't have to be a great one, but you just need to start. By making a short film, you will have the hands-on experience of making a film from start to finish. You can write a simple story, assemble a few enthusiast friends, get a camera and start making it. If you don't have a story, then you can also try to recreate the scenes from your favorite films and see how far can you achieve. As a beginner, it's a great exercise. Along the way, I'd also suggest you to learn the basics of acting. You can even try to act on your own films just to see how it feels to be in front of the camera. It will develop your skills of communicating with your actors and should help you improve your ability to bring out the best performance from them. And as a last tip, I would recommend you to study human psychology. I can't emphasize enough on this. Having a great understanding of human emotions will help you write scripts and screenplays which will speak to the audience, and they can also connect with your story in a much more deeper level. In this video, I haven't talked about how you actually communicate with your crew members and your actors, how do you actually direct them, as I think it varies from person to person and it depends on their own characteristics and personality. But I'll definitely talk about my directing approaches in a future video. This video was mostly about the mindset a good director should have. You would obviously want to work on improving your technical knowledge, knowing the basic 180-degree rule, composition rules, blocking techniques, lens choices, camera placements and movements, and the usual emotional feelings attached to those, and also how to break them at will for greater impacts. The more you know about all the technical aspects of filmmaking, the better and easier it will be for you to communicate with others. So along with improving your creative and management skills, gain as much technical knowledge as you possibly can. And if you are planning to get into video production, then I have a great news to share with you. I have prepared a comprehensive cheat sheet exclusively for you. In this PDF file, I have broken down the best options for all the necessary gears you will ever need, including cameras, tripods, lights, softboxes, reflectors, microphones, gimbals, storage devices, everything, and put them in 3 categories depending on your budget and skills. No matter if you're just starting out in YouTube video production or wedding films or ad films or short films or anything in between, you'll find the best option to go for that suits your budget and need. You can download the PDF from the first link in the video description below for absolutely free. Please let me know in the comment section below which one of these steps have you found the most interesting, and also feel free to let me know if you have anything to add, as I invite you to join the discussion. I would love to know your thoughts. So if you have found this video helpful, then please share it with your friends and also give it a thumbs up. Till then, take care and I'll see you in the next video.